Here, go on with your personal conversation.
We're trying to figure out a way to put Steve Lunay out of business to create competition in the marketplace.
We're like Stephen A.
Steve.
I know
Lunay.
Steve.
Lunay.
Okay, Lunay. Okay.
But we're like the Jeff Bezos. We're in enterprise and like come out of squeeze
if I
them
was
out.
Jeff Bezos, y'all wouldn't see me.
That's hurtful.
He'll see you.
Hey, you see me
You're
on.
You're gonna have so much fluorescent like green
on an
on. He'll
island
see you
somewhere.
from space.
We would have a studio in your island.
I saw an island for sale for $450,000, and it made me think about it. I was like, hey, listen, I want an island off the coast of Miami, $450,000.
We could all chip in on that. That'd be all right.
I got
That's not
$26.
bad.
Hold on. I got $22. $22.
That's not bad. Prices are going up in Tampa.
Really?
Off the coast of Miami, $460,000.
How far off?
I didn't look that far
Well, we
into it,
need
but it's
electricity, or we go.
Oh
to
yeah,
old
electricity.
school?
There's a house on it already. All usable land, lots of trees, good fishing. Yeah,
It's right up Steve's alley.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about it after the show. We'll get in on it.
I think, yeah. I know somebody in Roswell that might be interested.
Yeah.
You know?
450 is not bad for an island.
No, it's not. How many houses could we get on there?
A few.
I mean, I don't want too many.
There's 2 on there already. There's a house and like a boat docking area from what I've seen. I'll send you the video. But
Do the Island Boys live there?
the island bush is not like that.
I'm an
The
Island
island
boy.
boys are Pompano somewhere.
Trying to make it.
Oh my God! I just saw a video. They were talking to somebody, wishing somebody good luck or something. It was bad. Let's talk about the New York Football
Let's
Giants.
talk about it. Let's talk about Brian Dable, right? And how great a job he's done. And the importance of coaching, right? That's why somebody's going to get fired from Sean Payton. I don't know who it is, but what Sean Payton did with the Saints last year, Saints had more firepower this year and looked worse than when I was there a year ago, with less firepower when everybody was hurt.
I'm pretty sure Sean Payton could almost pick where he wants to go.
Oh, 100%. There might be 4 or 5 coaches he can overturn.
Let me think which ones that would be.
Bill
Kansas City.
Belichick.
Yeah, Belichick, Kansas City.
Kansas City, probably Philly at this moment. They're not going to overturn him.
I doubt they get rid of Tomlin.
No, Tomlin. Yeah, there's certain guys who are grandfathered in.
Right.
But otherwise, like, if Sean says, hey, I'm going to come here, they're going to give him the king's ransom. Okay, insider information. I heard, right, there are certain teams that are looking at him, but there is fees up to $20 million a year for Sean Payton services currently,
Really?
which is crazy money for coaches.
No, that is.
Crazy
And
money.
you've got to give up to get him.
Yeah.
So you're
You
going
got
to
to fire somebody and pay him out.
Well, that
Denver is a big landing spot.
Yeah, but that's Walmart. I mean,
yeah. They got so much. They got.
what will they do? Jack the price up at Walmart?
Yeah,
You know.
and then we all got to pay for Sean
Right.
Payton's contract.
Well, we're already working there for free.
Yeah,
know.
but let's go back to the New York Giants
Yeah.
and Brian Dable, right? Everybody thought this kid, and which is why, man, coaching is so important. When you get a guy, I talked about this on the show before. Find a way to put the person whose talents that you have in a position to succeed. And Daniel Jones didn't have that. Trevor Lawrence didn't have that for a year, right? With Urban Meyer. And now you look how different he is, how much better he looks. That's the knock on the Chargers coach right now, Staley, and Herbert, and how you can't tell the difference from his first year to his 4th year, because he just looks the same. And so Dable has done an amazing job with that team. They look confident. Daniel Jones, 301 yards passing, 78 yards rushing, 4 or 5 touchdowns. He was a turnover machine his first few years. Same thing with Josh Allen. He had 5 interceptions this year, was in the bottom, top percentage of the NFL in interceptions. He did the same thing with Josh Allen. Now look how Josh Allen leaves when he's gone. Josh Allen's turning it over a lot. He's a brilliant offensive mind, and when he's done with that team, Saquon Barkley looks great again. He's done an amazing job with that team, and I'm very, very impressed.
There's a lot of talk about Hurts
Yeah.
being hurt.
Yeah.
Ha-ha.
Yeah. No problem.
My question is, and I remember Otto Graham telling me a story back in the day, I know way before, not only your time, but my time as well, that when he was hurt, he went out and played, and he got sacked a couple times, yet they literally laid him on the ground. And he went in the locker room after, and I think it was Detroit, and he said, what the F was this? What's going on?
Yeah.
And they said that we were told anybody takes a cheap shot on you will be fired at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. That's what Otto Graham meant to the league back in the day. I saw some people that said, no, you go after it legally, but you go after him. You hit him hard. The old Al Davis, quarterback has to go down hard. Mm-hmm. Is that the case? Do you purposely go after legally an injury?
I think back then, yes. I think in today's game, I have a great story about Grady Jarrett. We were playing the last game of the season. Neither of us was playing Atlanta. Neither of us are going to the playoffs. And Ronald Jones is running the ball, and he almost falls in the back of my legs. And I've been having a good game against Grady Jarrett. He sees I'm driving him off the ball. He sees Ronald Jones. I'm about to fall into my legs. He pulls me out of the way. Grady Jarrett literally yanked me out of the way, and like Ron Jones fell right there. He goes, "None of us need a surgery in the offseason." And that's the brotherhood we have in the NFL now.
That's an awesome.
Like, guys don't want to hurt other guys. If it happens, it happens because it's a dangerous game. But I don't think any more guys are going after, like, again, like, okay, if you have a hurt ankle, and I know you have a hurt ankle, like I'm tackle, okay, I'll attack that side, right? To try and win, but not to go after the
Right,
injury.
right. Well, that's what I mean.
You do have guys like Thomas Davis who did things like that, right? There's some guys who are dirty. Vontaze Perfect, right? Things of that nature.
The quarterback in New England.
Yeah, exactly. But I think most guys are like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to see you get hurt. I want to win.
Right.
I want to kick your butt the whole game, but I don't want to see you get hurt. I feel bad if you get hurt.
What visiting team do you think has the best chance to win this weekend? But last I looked, there's one visiting team that's favored.
Who's that?
Cincinnati is favored over Buffalo, which I found.
I take that too.
Well, I find it interesting for two reasons. One, Alex Cappa, hurt. We still don't know if he's going to play.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I did as well.
Yeah.
But not that we know anything.
No.
Hopefully he'll play, but maybe not. I like that the TV's talking about the loss of Alex Cappa.
Oh, dude, I text him every time. All the four-letter networks, they're like, if Alex Cappa comes back, the Bengals have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I'm like, dude, you're a star out here. But he doesn't watch those things, so he doesn't know. And I tell him all the time, it's great. It's great to hear.
Now, I also wanted to text, I think it was the four-letter network.
I think they called him a premier free agent the other day. And I was like, dude, you're a premier free agent? He just starts laughing.
You know what one said? The departure of Alex Cappa last year, they didn't even know that he left this year.
Yeah.
They said last year. And I text ESPN or the four-letter. I'm like, can you get your...
It's just funny, like, now all of a sudden, all the Bucks fans, all they want to talk about, sorry Bucks fans, but all they want to talk about is how much the loss of Alex Cappa hurts after Jetson goes out. I'm like, when he was here, you didn't want to pay him.
Right.
If I was the Glazers, I'm going to Tristan Wirfs this offseason. I'm handing him a blank check, and I'm saying, write a number down and we're going to pay you. Whatever it is. Because if you lose that man, you're not going to be able to replace him for a decade.
Agreed.
That's
Andre
how
Dawson.
good of a player he is.
That's the Andre Dawson.
That's how good of a player that young man
it's
is.
more lucrative than
here it comes. He spent
NFL
25 minutes
contract.
trying to find this.
Flow Rida, the rapper. He won a judgment in court for $82 million
For royalties?
against the energy drink Celsius because they initially offered him an endorsement deal worth 750,000 shares in stocks. They met the sales goals benchmark in the outline in the contract. They failed to pay him. The judge said, nope, you are awarded $82 million as a rapper for an endorsement for energy.
Well, didn't 50 Cent do something water-wise or
Vitamin
something?
water.
Yeah, vitamin water.
Vitamin water, and he sold it for like $4 billion. He got like $400 million.
I was watching
$82
Shark Tank, and there was a guy hawking something, and they said, well, what is your background? He said, well, I was involved in this startup clothing company, and as we started to launch, the owners came to me and offered me, and I don't remember what the number was, 10%, 25%, whatever. And he goes, but my wife said, no, we need money. We don't want stock in this company. And so he said, so I took the money and moved on. They go, what was the name of the company? And he goes, it's just a small little startup called Under Armour.
You know what's so funny?
Wow.
So, Mike Faithful, I played with him in UCLA. His dad was like the CFO of Under Armour, was there from the ground level before anybody knew what Under Armour was, started in the garage with a business partner, and he was paid in stocks. And Under Armour goes public right before they buy into UCLA, because usually it was Under Armour before they went to Jordan. And it was like the biggest Under Armour contract. They paid UCLA like $300 million to get the contract. And so they went public the year before, and his dad finally retires and gets his stock shares $400 million.
Wow.
$400 million.
Wow.
Overnight, not overnight. See, dad worked for it, but my guy is an overnight trust fund baby.
Right.
Got like $25 million in his trust fund waiting on him. Wow. I'm just like, man, why don't one of you guys just start something like so I can?
Well, no, we're waiting on your clothing company.
Yeah, we
Oh, another amazing thing, there's currently a company out of New York, a licensing company, that wants to buy into a Bougie Bodega, my clothing company, my friend and myself and Noah, and they want to buy in and pay us a handsome sum of money to be involved and handle the business aspects of it while we do the design stuff. And so it's been awesome. And Muhammad Usman has been rocking the stuff, and he was in a Nuggets game. I'm gonna have him be a ambassador for the brand and have him in the next photo shoot. So yeah, some cool things happening with that too.
Good things come out of the show.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I want to be in a photo shoot.
We got
You have to
about
have your clothes on.
we got about 3 minutes left. Give me your picks for the weekend.
Okay, give me the games. I'll give you my picks.
Giants Philly.
Giants Philly. Philly wins it by, I want to say, 7 points.
I so bad want to say the Giants.
I do too.
I don't know if it's because of my hatred of the Eagles.
Philly just is so good top to bottom, man. They're so talented.
But how much of Hurts being hurt is going to affect that game? I know.
I think it definitely affected. If Hurts was healthy throughout the whole time, I probably would say 10 points. But I give him 7 because he's been banged up and he hasn't played well his last 2 games.
It's only 3 points. All right, just for the sake of
NFL margins. Close.
I'll go the Giants just because.
Okay.
The easiest game of the weekend to pick: Jacksonville, Kansas City.
Dude, I'll say Kansas City by 7, but I think it's going to be a better game than people think. I do.
All right, you're the NFL guy. I disagree on this one too.
Okay.
San Fran, Dallas.
San Fran by 14.
And I think I'm getting caught up in the Dallas. I mean, I've said San Fran's going to the Super Bowl.
Tampa's a bad team. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, I
They
understand
have
that.
not been a good team all year. I gave them Tom Brady grace. That's why I picked him, because I just figured Tom Brady's going to do Tom Brady things, but he couldn't pull it out. But Tampa was not a good team. That win that Dallas had by that margin, I'm not letting it distract
Sure.
me from.
Well, I'm not even saying the number. I'm saying I thought Dallas played very well.
They did.
You're right.
Dak Prescott played amazing.
Tampa was awful.
Yeah.
I think San Fran goes to the Super Bowl.
I do
so
too.
I'm going to take San Fran. And the fourth game is Buffalo, Cincinnati.
I got Cincy by 3. I think Josh Allen's going to make a key turnover when it matters the most. I think it's going to be a back and forth game, one of those games where whoever has the ball last wins. I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase show up and, their whole lineup. But I think Josh Allen makes 2 crucial turnovers, fumble, maybe a pick, and Bengals pull it out.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati as well, unless what my son wants to happen happens. If the wide receiver, what's his name?
Jamar
Hamlin?
Chase?
No, the Buffalo wide receiver.
No, he's a defensive back.
Defensive back. I'm
Jamar
sorry.
Hamlin.
Yeah, Hamlin. If Hamlin comes out with a table, and he takes the therapist that saved his life
Yeah.
and slams him through the table like the Buffalo Bill fans do, I would change to Buffalo.
Before we get to
That
the
needs
last
to be
game-
done, though. That'd be
It does.
good.
Before we get to the last game, I've been seeing this thing going on around about, how the NFL's rigged and like, oh, the
I see it all
Buffalo's
the time.
this, and it's like, I'm just like, dude, like, people, this is our lives
Right.
here. Like, it's not
Right.
WWE. Like, we're not sitting here being like, oh, hey, fake a heart injury,
Right.
get carted off, miss a game. Like, it's not rigged, fellas.
Well, no, take it one step further. Not rig all that stuff. Tell the team we want Buffalo to win because of the injury to Hamlin.
Yeah.
So don't play your best.
Don't play your best. Like, dude, like, this is my life. I can lose my job. Like,
Right.
what are you talking about?
I have to pay bills.
Exactly.
I'm not going to make money if I get cut
Yeah,
because
like
I missed
that.
a block.
Like, stop it.
Or something like that. All right. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you guys as always. It's time to eat some pizza. Good stuff next week at the PGA Golf Show. A couple celebs may stop by. One former Heisman Trophy winner. One former UCLA big shot who happens to be there as well.
Not
So-
me, Caleb Benenoch? I wasn't a big shot. It's okay.
Well, no. I was talking to you.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You're
I
going
didn't
to
know.
be This is a tough crowd. Hit us up. Let us know what how you'd like to see the direction next week at the PGA Golf Show. We're also going to give away some gift certificates, which I happen to have in my hand. Until then, see everybody next week. This has been Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and the Staff Zone.